people fucking on me all the time. I know you're gonna record me being upset about this. I hear you.
I was trying. Oh my gosh! Look at Jordan. He's asleep. Wake up, buddy.
Is he? He probably can't. He probably can't do this.
I don't know if he's gonna make it. Look
You're
at
muted.
him.
You're muted.
I took 2 melatonin. I'm drifting quickly, boy.
You guys hear that? Huh?
I hear it. I was just telling him I got everybody yelling at me here. I'm the one that's been in like 15 weddings. I mean, I'm out here trying to out here do it right here. I'm trying to make sure I'm as slim as possible, and when I get fitted for this damn tuxedo.
Are you trying to
fucking milkshake from Chick-fil-A?
I know.
You trying to cut some weight before the wedding? It's in like 3 days.
No, but like I'm sure I'm up 10 pounds from when I got measured like 6 months ago when I was told to get measured.
That's hilarious. Well, episode 9. Here we are, guys. I've already cracked my beer. Going with Lagunitas IPA this time, and check it out. We've got a dog on the packaging, and if you notice, on a lot of Lagunitas packaging, maybe all of it, has a dog. There's Hank. Man, he's getting big. He's getting big.
Oh, so big.
Kind of looks like him on the packaging. But anyways, Lagunitas they're a big dog brewery. They started back in like early 90s, I believe. So they're like kind of one of the OGs of craft beer as well. And they do a lot of stuff for like dog rescue, which is kind of cool. And I really enjoy their beers. So nationwide, you can find it anywhere. No free ads. You guys know that. Well, Jordan, you are just like, you're passed out.
I'm here.
How are we going to breathe some life?
He told us we couldn't do this if we didn't do it in 1 minute. He said 1 minute or I'm out.
I thought we were going to do it at 10 o'clock, so I took those melatonin hoping they kick in at like 10:30.
I couldn't get home, dude. The game ended.
Now we're at 10:30 and they've kicked in.
Oh, it's in. It is in, and it is working good.
Why don't you tell us what you thought I got a free tuxedo tonight?
So I go to pick up Joey's tuxedo. Guy scans it. I know there's an outstanding balance on it. I'm prepared.
Well, you didn't know though, because there wasn't.
I didn't know that. Guy scans it. It says it's paid for. I go, oh great. I'll just collect them and leave. No. You have outstanding balance. Okay. Goes to the computer. The guy's like, oh, Mr. O'Toole has a lot of rentals in here in the past with us. Yeah, he's been in a lot of weddings. And they finally came to the conclusion that it had been already paid for, that after the thing was printed, and I was like, okay. So I walked out.
Yeah, I paid for it last week whenever you told me I needed to call and pay for it.
Well, I didn't know you were calling for it. I was like, oh,
well,
okay,
they wouldn't let you, dude. Like they would. So I called the store and they said I had to call like customer service.
Oh, I was just going to pay for it then and be like, oh, we'll take care of it later.
Oh yeah, no, I had to I couldn't do it at the store, and they were like, hey,
you had to call corporate or something?
Yeah, more or less. So,
but so in my mind, as I was leaving, I was like, it's fitting that Joey stumbles into a glitch in the system and gets a free tux out of this. It would just
wait, did you actually get a free tux?
No, I called and paid for it last week. Whenever Jordan went to pick them all up, I was like, hey, I don't think I've paid for mine yet, because I was like, I want to try it on and make sure it fits decent, so I don't look like a
we could try it on Friday and when you get here, and we'll
take a look at it.
You know, when you said that in the group text, Jordan, that the guy was like at the counter saying, oh, Joey O'Toole's been to so many weddings. I thought you were just like joking, but he actually said that.
He actually said that. He was like, wow, Mr. O'Toole has a lot of previous rentals with us.
And we talked last week, Joey goes to 1 million weddings. Like you've probably already been to 10 this year.
I was gonna say, like, I'm being serious. Like, so for Luke's wedding, we went and bought tuxedos, and I can't even fit into that anymore. That's why I'm like,
problem. That was last May.
So they used your same measurements.
No, they didn't. No, we had to get remeasured for Jordan's. Like I had to go to the store and get measured.
Okay.
But in Luke's was a Jose Bank one that he got some. He told us to go during some sale or whatever. And so that's why I'm like, and I can still fit into like the fit into everything, but it doesn't fit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things. So like I really can't fit into it. I'm like, I don't know about these. So I've been
Yeah.
waiting for him and another friend of ours next weekend after Jordan's, and I've been waiting like as late as possible to buy that one because I don't know what I was gonna be. So
You have to buy it.
no, rent it. Sorry, rent it. But that
Oh
shows
my
up like
damn! You
that
don't
shows up
need
the
that
black
many
tux.
tuxes.
The black tux is they show up like week or two before.
When did you get measured for Jordans?
2 months ago, Jordan, right?
August.
I
Late
don't know.
July.
He's been on me for a year about it. So
No. I think I went and got fitted in like May or
yeah,
something.
so I can't remember. I think the original email might even have been March, Jordan. I can't remember.
I,
But sorry, that's been the funny story for that day. I saw your text.
No,
and
I
was
thought
like,
it was. I thought it was great.
I didn't realize that you had even texted ourselves at the game, and I was like, no, I swear I paid. I thought you were texting me to tell me I didn't pay for it. And I was like, look,
no, I just was so thrown off. I was like,
I spoke with Pineapple on the phone. Her name was Pineapple. I don't know if it actually was
Her
Pineapple.
actual name was Pineapple.
You told me her name was Pineapple. I'm not kidding. I can't make that up. I can't forget that. But I spoke with Pineapple, and she was saying it might have been one of those like whatever
make
names.
this
I
up.
spoke with somebody at the Black Tux, and her name was like Carol, and it definitely wasn't Carol. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so
I got to tell you what,
okay.
Joey, you and I have a little pep in our step right now. We got a little adrenaline going, and this still image of Jordan with the cat behind him on the couch is just killing me.
I love it. Wait, so Jones, tell us about Disney World, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was awesome. But before Disney World, we went there really for a wedding. So that's the reason why we went to Disney World, because we knew we were going to a wedding. Oh, there's Emily. What's up? Brushing the teeth, getting ready for bed. So we went to Tampa and stayed for 2 nights there. We had the rehearsal dinner on, I think it was like Friday night. We went on a yacht. I mean, that was the first time. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So we had like a dinner on a yacht. It was like open bar, like everything. It was a plated dinner. So that was like sure like my first time and probably only time that I would be on a yacht for a dinner of any kind. I can't imagine how much that cost. But that was a lot of fun. And then the next day we just had some like wedding activity stuff during the day. A lot of family was in because it was one of my wife's cousins that were getting married. So we had lunch together and breakfast and stuff like that as a big group. So that was a lot of fun. And then the wedding was at this really cool venue in Tampa called the Oxford Exchange. And that place was like, that was trouble for me because it was a coffee shop, and then it was also a tea shop, and then it was also a wine bar, and they had it all like spread out, so it was like three different kind of areas, and in the back part it was a restaurant. So I went up and got a cold brew because I was tired. I wasn't feeling too good on Saturday. Got a coffee and tried to kickstart something. I needed some pep in my step.
And Felix is with you too, right? At all these events.
Yeah, and he was having some trouble as well. Got a story for that in a second here. After Before I found my $5. Um, so then I went over to the tea spot right after I drank the cold brew. Immediately got a tea because I'm like interested in all that kind of stuff. You guys know that I'm in the coffee and tea game. So anytime I go to somewhere else, I'm like always trying what other people are doing and watching their processes, how they're doing things. And I'm sitting there asking a million questions. They're probably like, "Who is this guy? See some sort of investigator coming to steal all my ideas or something? What's he doing?" I'm friendly about it. People like to share information in this game. But yeah, I did that. And then, yeah, Felix, his stomach was kind of hurting him. He was on some medicine. He had an ear infection. And so that was like the first time that he had been on antibiotics. So he was like having blowout after blowout.
Like father, like
And
son.
yeah, exactly. And so it was like coming out of his diaper like every single time. So it was like going on his clothes, going on us. And like Kelly was all dressed up like, we were at the venue at 4 o'clock because we had to do pictures with the family and all that stuff. And we're feeding Felix. And right after he gets done gets done eating, Kelly's holding him, and I had just finished feeding him, and I gave him to her, and he pooped on her dress. That was the only dress that she had for the wedding. But we were able to clean it up. It wasn't like a ton, but it was like enough to where you'd be able to notice it if we weren't able to clean it up. And somebody like had a shout pin or Tide pin or something like that.
Seltzer water or something too.
Yeah, I didn't know about that one.
Or tonic water, excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, really? Okay, that's a new one on me. So anyhow, yeah, she got pooped on. The wedding was fun. It was a lot of fun. They had a live band, but Felix, he was stirring a little bit during the wedding, so we didn't get to stay the entire time, but we stayed until like 11 o'clock. But they were partying until like after midnight there at the venue. It was a wild one. But it looks a lot different when you got a child at a wedding. I'll say that. And then Disney World was awesome. We went to Hollywood Studios. I got the parks right now, Joey. Okay. We went to Hollywood Studios. We went to Epcot, and we went to Magic Kingdom. And
wait, no Animal Kingdom.
No Animal Kingdom. We only went to 3. We stayed at the resort, which was the second time I've stayed at the resort. We were at the Art of Animation. And a new thing that they have since I went is the Skyliner. So you ride this Skyliner thing from the resort to the parks, and you don't have to ride the shuttle. And that makes everything so much easier. And we had to ride the shuttle one time, I think, to get to Magic Kingdom because the Skyliner doesn't go that far. You know, you're like crammed in there with other people, and it's on one of those buses where you have like the handrail up top and you got a little bench on the side. But the parks, I mean, it's just incredible what Disney does. I mean,
Special.
It really is. And you're right. They've thought of everything. Except at Magic Kingdom, however, you cannot buy beer and walk around with it, which is a problem. And my brother-in-law and I were in desperate need of having a beer at Magic Kingdom. That was the third day, and we were really itching for a beer. It was around like 3:00, and we just could not get one. And it was.
And you said you think that's by design, right, Jones? You thought?
Yeah, it's a Walt Disney thing. Yeah. He really never wanted to serve beer at all at the parks, but then I guess when he passed on or whatever, then that times changed and it was more accepting or whatever, and then they decided to start serving beer. And then Epcot, it's just like insane.
Did you get a Dole Whip while you were there?
I didn't, but my mother-in-law did.
I almost suggested that. I forgot to tell you that's definitely something you should get. Yeah, I think they're delicious.
Yeah.
Jordan Casey was all about Dole Whip when she worked there, and she told me that when I went last, I had to go get them, and she was right. Yeah.
Best thing.
Casey. She listens to the pod. Shout out Casey.
Shout out. We love shout outs around here, and we're getting a few more people that are listening to the pod, getting some texts, getting some shares out there. People saying they love it, obsessed with it. Some people, which is great. Best thing we did at Disney was probably the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride. That was crazy.
Is that Magic Kingdom or Epcot, or where is it?
It's in Epcot.
Epcot, okay.
And just the way they do, I mean, just everything. The way you wait in line, like the interactions you have, like while you're waiting there, it doesn't feel like it's going to be an hour, because you have so much stuff to look at and do. And what's great is you're waiting inside rather than outside. So you're in AC. It's not like 100 degrees. You're in Florida. It's hot and humid. And the ride itself was crazy. I mean, all the digital effects they had with it. It was
great.
It was great.
Did you do any like the Fast Pass stuff, Jones, or pay for any of that stuff, or no?
No, they have like this thing called the Lightning Lane. So they changed that up quite a bit. I'm not sure when they did that. When I went before, you had like a magic band with like Fast Pass things
Correct.
on it. And then it was actually free before too. You could like go select like at what time you were going to ride something.
Yep. Same. That was the last time I went. Yep.
So that changed a little bit. And right now you can only ride Guardians of the Galaxy once per day because it's so new.
Nice.
So we rode it like first thing when we got there, and we had like a scheduled time to where we got in line. That was like the shortest wait time we had, probably like 15 or 20 minutes, probably.
Huh.
But yeah, long days at Disney, but we had a freaking blast.
Jealous, buddy. Jealous. I'm glad you had
Yeah.
fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joey, your weekend. I didn't know you were going to Villanova
Yeah.
football game. That looked kind of fun. And your video, by the way, which I know that Emily recorded that and you posted it.
Yeah,
But
there's no way.
no way Joey could get those angles.
I have one.
He's getting better.
I have one myself that I was gonna maybe post, or like I'm not creative enough. I mean, I am. I think if I could take some time to figure it out.
You're so creative. You keep saying you're not creative. You're like so creative. Have you seen your bacon video, man? That's some good content.
It's good content, but you had to splice it all together for me.
Yeah.
You got it
But
together.
I was gonna like post pictures of us throughout the weekend and whatnot. I had some more things I would like throw in with that video in my mind. But yeah, we had fun, man. We went over there Friday night. I was pushing to go to the Braves Phillies game as well because the Braves were in town, but didn't really win that battle. But her dad has season tickets to Villanova. Her brother walked on to Villanova's football team. So this is our second time going to a game over there. So real quick trip, about 4.5, 5 hours with a dog. It makes it a little longer. But
Hank went too.
What's that? Hank went? Oh yeah, we had fun.
That's cool.
Villanova lost. We left about halftime. She and I did because we didn't want to leave Hank at home for too long. It's about a 40-minute drive from where they live in Westchester to Villanova's campus. And I think they lost 49-42 was all said and done, but it was a heck of a game.
Who did they play?
They played new CAA member Monmouth.
Former Big South member.
Yes, newish CAA member Monmouth. It'll be the first year, Jordan. I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to get any service in the stadium.
It's their first year, yeah. I
thought so, but you have all this, like nobody has service because everybody's trying on their phone, and it's a small stadium, not very big.
Yeah.
They had won FCS national title in 2009 as well. So it's cool, very cool. So
did you pop down there and pop straight back, or did you stay overnight?
We stayed Friday night, Saturday night, and we're back by about, I'd say 5, 6 o'clock Sunday. So it not make for a long weekend, but you know how it is. It's like I couldn't leave early or anything, so it's like ideally you get there Thursday. That way you have all day Friday to chill and whatnot. But it is what it is.
So you got there Friday evening, didn't probably do a whole lot. Saturday was a game time.
Yep.
Did you stayed Saturday night too?
We did. We stayed in her house. Her mother actually lives in their childhood home, if that makes sense, that her mother grew up in. Okay. So her father, Emily's grandfather, but her mother's father sold them their house, and they live in that in Westchester. So
that's cool.
You'll appreciate this, Jones. One thing I enjoy going when we go is there's an Amish market that's only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I should have gotten a picture of what we ate, but I love the pretzels there. They make pretzels and then pretzel logs. So we got a bacon, egg, and cheese pretzel log and a sausage, egg, and cheese pretzel log, and just had that for our breakfast more or less on Saturday morning. So freaking good, man.
Sounds awesome.
And it's just, there's all these little Amish little people. I say little people, but little shops of people like making things, and it's a racket. It's great, man. It's really cool. I enjoy going there.
Amish markets are where it's at, man.
Yeah, it's like it was an old grocery store at one point, and they just took it over.
That's great. No bacon this weekend? All sausage, huh?
We had some pork roll on Sunday. We had a bacon, egg, and cheese sausage or pretzel log.
Not up there. It's either Scrapple or Taylor ham.
And what?
I said it's either Scrapple or pork roll up there.
Yeah. No, you're right.
No bacon.
We had some pork roll on Sunday morning for breakfast. Her mother went out and got some like nice bagels, and we had some cheesesteaks after we got home from the game as well. Usually we do some sort of sandwiches or cheesesteaks. So
where'd you go?
Sick.
I don't know where they went, Jordan, to be honest with you. That was the other thing, Jones, I was going to send you, is maybe I did send them to you, but in the video, I tried to get like some videos of the band. I was thinking about content, Oh,
yeah, you're doing better, man.
Emily got that nice video of when they're running out, because I got one too, actually, and she and I weren't even like planning on doing it together or anything, but she got the much better one than I had, so I was like, I'm going to take that from you.
It's just weird how some of our videos have gotten a lot of views too. Like that one, like immediately got like 3,000 views. I don't know where it stopped at, but I was like, that was like a 10-second video, and the internet loved it for a short amount of time.
Well, Jordan, obviously, if everybody doesn't know, it's Jordan's wedding week.
Oh, big week here. Big week here.
Is getting
He's
married.
zapped. right now, by the way.
Joe, that was a good transition since people coming to the wedding are coming from the county over from where Westchester's at. So that was a good transition.
Right. And Saturday's the big day. I know I'm excited. Why don't you tell us about it, buddy?
So I'll just go ahead and get straight into who burned my bacon right away since we're talking.
Oh wow, just right now.
Well,
I
just
got an idea what I know what it is.
We've got like 2 segments before we get to burn bacon, but
Well,
Jordan's going to get right into it here.
it's Hurricane Ian. I mean, it's the weather. It's like
Yeah,
you do all that plan. When Jones knows this well, it steady rain most of the day when he got married. You
but
plan out.
hey, when we started the wedding, like it cleared up and it was great.
It did. The outdoor part of the wedding was something that we weren't really. It didn't have to be outdoors. Inside was fine. That's probably the way we're going. Um, but then like you kind of want to have your cocktail under like the little patio outside. So we'll see where the wind and all that's, with the rain. We'll see. I don't know. A lot of things could change. I'm not a meteorologist. We'll see. Just doing a lot of little things right now. I
Just
don't
throw on
know.
some ponchos, have some ponchos for people to throw on. We'll go outside and have some
Well,
brewskis.
we did order some umbrellas and stuff.
That's what I told him. I said, if I got to get wet for pictures, you tell me what I got to do. I'm on your time this weekend, dude.
We'll see. Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, I gotta tell you, some of those photos I've seen, like when it's gushing rain or whatever, and like the grooms and the bridesmaids and all that, they do the pictures outside anyways. Like those are some of the best pictures.
Photographers like to shoot when it's partly cloudy to mostly cloudy, just because from the light, I don't have to worry about switching
Mm-hmm.
iris or anything out from the light perspective.
Sets the mood.
They like that. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's. I don't know. Do we want to keep going more east, or we want to hit land and move west? I don't know.
You don't want it to do anything that involves you, but obviously you want everybody else to be safe.
Exactly, and everyone's coming from places where it really doesn't affect anything. No one's really coming from Florida, so we should be fine. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, it doesn't affect us changing any venue things. It's all in one spot. Just do it inside.
Yeah. You seem pretty calm and collected about it. You feeling pretty good about everything other than the weather?
Um, Work's been pretty stressful this week, getting everything ready before I'm out. I
Because
don't
y'all are
know.
going straight to the honeymoon.
Sunday we will fly into Miami
Miami, yeah.
and then fly out on Monday into Barbados. I'm a big proponent of flying into somewhere the day before you actually get to that place. I've been on several cruises where my flight's been delayed and that boat is going to leave without you. If you ever take a cruise, FYI, if you're listening, if you ever take a cruise, travel to your destination the day before the boat leaves, never the day of, because that boat's leaving at 5 o'clock or whatever time.
And
Especially
definitely
if you're flying American Airlines.
we are pro cruising on this podcast.
Pro cruise.
Fun fact, I've never been on a cruise, but I'd like to go on one.
We should change that.
They're awesome. It's the cheapest way to see multiple places.
It really is.
And just get ripped. You can get like the all-inclusive deal too, right? And then the
All your
buffet
food's
is just like
included.
eating like crazy.
You got to get a drink package.
Yeah, the
Drinks are not included.
Seems like it's worth it though, because if you buy it by the drink, it's like $15 for a cocktail.
I came up. I calculated or something. You would have to get like 8 drinks a day to get your money's worth out of your drink package.
That's easy.
So pro tip on that is when you get a cocktail. So say you get like a blue Hawaiian, we'll find out whatever type of alcohol is in that. So if it's a vodka based drink, get the drink and ask for a shot of Tito's and just throw that into your drink. That's 2 drinks in one trip. So you can get through your minimum of 8 drinks per day to get your money's worth. So it's, but we are pro
That's a pro tip.
We've not been on a lot of cruises. We're pro cruise.
Pro cruise. Well, yeah, I know I'm excited, Jordan, for your wedding.
Yeah.
Jordan has tasked me making a speech on Saturday that I'm starting to get a little bit antsy about.
Uh-oh,
But
Joey.
Joey is giving the speech on behalf of the groomsmen for
yeah,
the.
so I'm just worried some of my things won't land. That's my biggest concern. You got to know your audience when you're making a speech, and I think amongst you guys it might land, but that's not the whole point, right? I need everybody to understand what I'm trying to get.
Yeah, and you may have to go into some detail there, but I feel like everyone's got a pretty good personality there. Also, too, I can tell you what time you'll be going on, so you'll
Oh,
probably
we got a time.
A
I got to.
schedule?
uh,
Whoa.
you will be giving your speech
I wish I should know this. Probably.
at around 7:10, 7:15, depends on how long the maid and matron honor go in front of you.
Gotcha.
So it'll be kind of after dinner. You've got some time. People have some drinks in them, so
Yeah, I just want to do you right. That's all. So
I appreciate.
I'm sure you will, Joey. Or who else is looking at your draft?
nobody right now.
Because you don't have a draft.
No, I have a draft.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he's got it written down.
But you're not sharing it with Jordan before, though, are you?
No. Why would I do that?
It's got to be a surprise.
Silly.
I don't need another thing to review. I mean, I've been reviewing shit for weeks now. So.
I've made only one other best man speech, and I got pretty toasted, and it probably didn't make much sense, unfortunately. So I won't do that this time. I was a little younger.
Just wait till afterwards. I mean,
yeah, I was probably only 25, 26 when I made one. So
did you write it down, or how did you do it, or go off the cuff?
No, I wrote stuff down and then went off the cuff by the time I got to it. So I won't do that again. So
you Michael Scotted it. You started the sentence and you're hoping to find it along the way when you started it,
and just didn't work out.
I wish I'd done better. Is all. Is all. That was not a regret. I just wish I'd done better. So I'm not as much as I enjoy talking and doing that stuff. I could refine some public speaking skills in regards to speech making, because you don't practice it very often. Okay, you don't do it.
I did. This has been discussed on the podcast. Friend of the podcast, Zach, told me that the one thing he's really going to hate, he misses about the wedding. He is coming Saturday. Is to see Joey in the hotel lobby on Sunday morning, just dragging some whatever type of barrel trash can he can find and just load bacon in it, hungover, just absolutely looking miserable. I
got my reminder today about staying at the hotel, so that was nice to see. That I couldn't remember if I booked the hotel or not. I was like, oh, I definitely.
I think we need a little check-in too from Joey. Like, how have you been doing with your hangovers, by the way?
I don't drink at home, man. That's the other problem you guys don't realize. Like, I don't drink at all until I see you guys, or like I get to a family function. Like, I haven't had a beer.
You've been traveling a little bit. You didn't have any beers over the weekend?
I had like one beer at the tailgate. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't like excessively drink is what I mean when I say those things. Sorry, I should clarify. But I had one beer on Friday and one beer on Saturday. Like, that was like I don't like drink heavily. That's what I ends up getting my ass handed me, for lack of a better term, because I'm not like seasoned.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm hoping.
What's your cap? Like, how many?
Tomorrow. Like, literally, I was like, I need to start hydrating. I need to change something.
How many beers does it take you before you're like, yeah, I'm gonna have some trouble tomorrow?
Dude, sometimes it's one.
Oh man,
I'm serious. As I've gotten older.
We'll say the groom suite or whatever at the venue, he's stocking the fridge with Bud Light. So
no Moosehead Lager at this one.
No Moosehead Lager. You do have an.
Can't believe they didn't sponsor your wedding.
You have an IPA from Foothills.
Heyo, Jade IPA.
Huh?
Jade IPA or
no,
Hopium?
It's their Hopium.
Yep. Know it well.
So there
Foothills is a great place to go to. Both locations, downtown and the one that's out there by the farm or wherever it is.
Yeah,
been to both.
Knows all about it. So yeah, that's
restaurant's great.
Yeah.
Well,
when we were filling out that thing, last thing we move on to the next topic, he goes, what do you think's going to be drank the most here? I was like, Bud Light. And he literally wrote down heavy on Bud.
Are you doing cocktails too?
We are doing cocktails, yes. I have a I have a John Daly, you could call it, a bourbon Arnold Palmer, and then Jess is doing her version of a gin 70 or a French 75.
Is it called something special, or is it just the groom's
Dude.
drink and the bride's drink?
Riley and Rowdy.
Oh, there we go.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's so similar. So the wedding we were at in Tampa, they did a French 75 and they named it after their dog, Trigger. And so they had this like little framed like picture thing of their
Yeah.
dog. It was kind of like a cartoon kind of thing, right next to the bar or whatever, saying the Trigger, and it, had like the details of it, but it was a French 75. And
French 75s are super popular
dude,
right
they
now.
are so good. And
what
you
is that,
can,
guys?
Joey, you need to stay away from them, dude, if you're afraid of getting hungover, because you can rip through them like crazy and they sneak up on you.
It's got
What
gin
is-
and champagne. That's the alcohol base of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
gin and
no.
like lemon and champagne, and it
I-
was
I-
just like delicious.
I was gonna say we don't do that at our venue because we don't serve gin. That's why.
Yeah,
So-
it's going to be trouble for you if you start with one of those. You're going to have a hard time stopping.
Okay, good to know.
So stick with the Bud Light. Don't shift to Bud Diesel. Maybe just
Yeah.
stay on the BLs.
That's what the cocktail hour is, and then we'll have stationary apps. I don't like the past appetizers. You got to track things down. People stand by the door. Just put them on stationary. Just go get whatever you want.
Go get what you want. Love it.
Exactly.
All right, so walk me through the schedule this weekend. Friday, what are you doing the rehearsal dinner on Friday?
Yeah, and so we hope to see you down. We rent a room. We have it all day. I think we have it until like 10 or 11 o'clock Friday. So once the rehearsal dinner's down, over with, we invite all guests that are staying at the hotel that night to come down. We'll have some
Sweet.
leftover food. We'll have plenty of wine and beer. So we just kind of turn that in just a little meet and greet, catch up with old friends. And then Saturday is all weddings go. You're pretty much at the venue for a majority of the day.
What time do you start getting ready?
I think we gotta be there at like 11ish maybe.
Man, that's early.
Well,
What time is the wedding?
4.
Okay.
Oh,
don't
well,
know.
that makes a little
I'm
bit of
fine.
sense.
Two, with the
That's-
weather, we want to make sure we can catch a break where we can get photos and
That's
yada yada.
accurate.
So there's a fridge of beer and a TV in there with all anything you could want to put.
I'm already concerned. I'm already concerned. So that's about my
You
me
better be
trying.
drinking a lot of water
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Even Friday night, I'm concerned. That's my other issue. I end up being like, Joey, don't drink too much. Don't drink too much. And then I'm fucking in the bag, and I'm like, oh.
All right.
The first day is always bad for you.
So somebody tell Joe to mix in a water.
That's why I'm not kidding. I'm gonna start hydrating tomorrow. Like I'm gonna start like just.
I think it's really the first day that gets you. Even like recently, anyways.
Yeah.
Like you get so amped up, and we're like all
No,
excited,
exactly.
and we're having a good time, and it's
That's
like
the other problem.
before you know,
usually-
you have 5 or 6 beers.
Yeah, I'm usually just very excited to see everybody because I don't see everybody that often, and I'm just excited. We got our buddy Cronin coming. Like I'm excited to see him. I was texting him.
Oh,
today.
yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah.
He got a fresh new cut today. So I'm just pumped to see him. So, Jones, you met him, right?
Yeah, I've been around Cronin.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. When you were in Radford, but yeah, no, I'm just excited to see some people I haven't seen. Schiff. I mean, like I'm pumped to see Schiff, Jordan. Like,
Yeah.
Tell me who Schiff is, because I was reading that in the group text, and I
He,
did not know who that was.
He was an athletic trainer for us at Radford. He still is there.
Mhm.
He had he's just has baseball right now. That's his sport. But he was a GA at Virginia Tech on the football team. He also did internships with the Colts and the Eagles during spring training or preseason or whatever. So big football guy. And lives in Radford. Used to live in Christiansburg.
oh, he moved.
Yeah, they bought a house in Radford.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Cool, ratty.
yeah. I put him with you guys because he would have the most in common. Plus, everyone at that table has a kid, so
Shit, including Schiff, eh?
yeah,
He is
including
too,
him.
right?
Just one.
Just one still? Okay.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
he is the oldest kid at the table by far.
How old's the boy? 4?
He's
3?
4. He's like in
4?
pre-K, I guess.
Wow.
So yeah.
Oh,
Man, being a parent, it's wild.
love that hold, Jen. Love that hold.
And then
You like that?
hopefully the DJ kills it as we think he will. So
He
Okay.
does?
Yeah.
Do you have like a list of songs that you're like, you have to play these songs, so you have no other choice?
He's a big puts everything on Spotify, so he has a bunch of stuff. So he give us genres, and we put what we liked and what we didn't like, and he's gonna cultivate a playlist.
That's cool. We had a big list for our band, and they played like maybe 2 songs on it. And Kelly and I were like, "What the hell? We gave you guys a list of songs, and you said you were going to play them." But they're a good group of guys, you know. I didn't get too mad. I had a good time at my wedding, drenched in sweat as usual.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good food too, Jones. Was there donuts too?
There was.
oh
that.
yeah, we did brunch. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
kind of like
the
our
chicken and waffles. Chicken and
I
waffles.
had a
Yeah.
jar of moonshine confiscated, but we finally tracked it down.
that was good. Yeah, and we did donuts instead of cake.
Yeah.
And I had one bite of a donut, and I didn't see any other donuts the whole time. So when Kelly and I cut the donut or whatever, and cut the cake, we cut the donut. We each fed each other like one bite, and that was like all we had. Nobody saved us donuts. Can you believe that?
Blame that on your wedding planner, or did you not have one?
No, we had one, and she was awesome. Missed that detail though. I'll say that. Still dream about those donuts, you know?
Hey, the clergy never got to see his cake though. Remember that? I was not there. But that story's funny. They
You
didn't bring
didn't?
the cake out. Yeah, they didn't bring the cake out.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Man,
That
his wedding was fun, man. That band was great.
That was their one piece of advice was like make sure you get your wedding cake.
I'll tell you what, right now, watch out for Luke Blanchett on the dance floor. The guy's got some moves.
Love it.
Just stay out of his way and just let him do his thing. Jordan, are you going to take some melatonin on Friday? Have a good night's rest? What's your plan?
Maybe. I don't know.
Or are you going whiskey? Sometimes that's okay.
The melatonin might affect some performance issues. I don't know.
I need to
Wow,
look
wow,
like
wow,
shit
wow.
on Saturday. So I would more rather get after it Saturday than I do Friday.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
However, traveling hungover is terrible, so I don't know what I'm going to do.
Here's the thing. I just hope, and this is how I envision when I get married. God willing, I do someday. Maybe I don't know, but I just want to get trashed at my own wedding. I don't know. Maybe that's just what I want. People don't. I don't get it.
Yeah. I had a pretty good time at mine, but I knew that like if I got in real bad shape, then I would have been in big trouble. So I held it together. I drank lagers all day. So I didn't dip into any whiskey or anything until Jordan brought me a mason jar. That was nice. But other than that, I stuck with the Moosehead lager. No free ads.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't want to get to the point where like
You don't want to black out. Let me just tell you
yeah,
that.
I don't want that to be like the one memory my parents have.
No.
Of, like
You don't want to be drugged to your hotel room after the wedding. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Jess would appreciate that too much.
Well, she told me I couldn't.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't plan on being able to operate a motor vehicle because father of twins drove away from his wedding.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. We had somebody pick us up.
He was fine though. Like Joey,
was he?
He didn't have any drinks the whole day.
Well, that's a way to keep yourself in check too. If you're like, if you know you can't drink too much, and it's like, or if you know you're going to drive, then it's like, okay.
I just know what I paid, and I'm always a big of getting my money's worth out of it.
Oh,
yes,
baby,
you are.
So
I'm on the same wavelength there with you.
I got to get my money's worth out of it.
Jordan's a cheap mofo.
I'm sure that's going to get brought up too. I like a value. I try to get my money's worth.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm in trouble when I go to a buffet because you pay the $15 or whatever for a buffet, and I tried to make them lose money. I just get after it.
We don't have a cake for Saturday. We have a grazing table of desserts.
There you go. You don't.
That is fantastic.
So
cakes are bad
probably
idea.
going to put a hurt on that. Yeah.
Cakes
That's a good move. All right, let's move on here. We got a couple quick hits here. Joey's baking tutorial. I got to tell you, it's great content. You got to go on our Instagram and watch it.
Somebody got to get this man a real cooking utensil. He's using plastic fork.
Oh, I had a real fork.
He used the
A
metal
real
one.
fork.
He used the metal one this time on his pan, so all the
Yeah.
coating is coming off.
You guys got to realize that's like goes back to watching my grandmother pull bacon out of the microwave with a fork when she would like grab it off the plastic thing that you put in the microwave, like to put your bacon on. Like it would be the plastic cooking thing, it would be the paper towels, and then she would like layer the bacon in between some paper towels, and she would then scoop the fork off, scoop the bacon with a fork in her hand when it's like burning hot onto a plate for us to then eat.
That generation's different than we are, though.
But that's why I use a
hero.
fork, and I understand that like tongs are probably way easier to use in that space. But it's just I watched her do it, and it's a memory I have, and I just kind of do it because of her, and that's why I cut it in half too. But
Hey, there's a million ways to cook bacon.
Well, if you cut it in half, you fit more in the skillet.
Well, that, and then you can cook it more evenly. That's the other thing people don't realize, and I haven't like addressed all those things like throughout. I mean, I thought about making another one, but we'll see. It's
Definitely
fun.
should.
Great.
I think we should have like bacon Saturdays with Joey or something like that. Anytime you're making bacon, just like film it.
Jones used to go live on his Instagram when he was making biscuits on Saturday.
I know. I need to bring that back, dude, because that was some good content. People love that, and they're like, "Why don't you do that anymore?" And I'm like, "I don't know.
Biscuit Saturdays, baby."
I got too much other shit going on. I did, however, post a reel of me pulling out some sourdough bread tonight.
I saw that.
That loaf looked delicious. I can't wait
unreal.
to eat that.
Looked unreal, man.
So like every morning, that's like my breakfast, a slice of bread that I make with like peanut butter on it and banana. That's usually what I have for breakfast every morning. Sometimes I put a little jelly on there. Jordan is asleep, so we got to move on. All right.
Sorry,
So great ideas that are bad ideas. Fellas, what do we have this week? Last week we had the bacon grab. Jordan was supposed to come up with one. I don't know that he did, but we'll find out.
Joey, you go right ahead. You had plenty of them. I'll follow him.
Jordan said, "Guys, don't worry. I'll take care of the bad ideas." And here we are.
Well,
He's asleep. He's going to take a nap.
Here's I didn't want to go back-to-back weeks of restaurant-themed good ideas that are bad ideas, but in the spirit of Jordan's wedding this week, I will go back to that well and have a wedding-themed restaurant. So everything in the restaurant is going to be related to a wedding, right? Like, you might get a catered meal. You only get to choose from 3 options. You only get a dessert, which is just cake.
You have to eat what's on the menu. You can't.
Yeah, you can't
ask the chef to make any changes.
Exactly. That's like, I think that would be something that would be very appealing to people. In addition, we would also at this restaurant have a reverend on staff or someone who would officially marry people. So you would come to said.
Wow. So yeah, if you wanted to get married on the spot in the restaurant,
exactly. And I don't.
It's like a big ceremony.
Exactly. I don't have a name for the restaurant, but we'd call it such and such chapel place. I don't know, but in theory, it's a great idea, but in reality, it's a bad idea. But, anything wedding things you can think of, we might have some party favors that you hand out. Obviously, the menu would be wedding themed, and, we'd serve maybe some wedding soup as an appetizer.
You have one cocktail you can choose from and a very limited beer menu. Only a few options. That's it.
Might rotate from week to week, maybe. And the franchising opportunities here are endless in my eyes because different weddings in different areas of the country, they have different traditions. Pittsburgh, big cookie table thing. So maybe our dessert in the Pittsburgh area is a cookie. Down south, I'm sure they do something. In Louisiana, gumbo. I don't know. You're making stuff up here.
And the servers are dressed up like groomsmen and bridesmaids.
That's an option, or you're all black. The actual servers are like all black. Like a cater waiter would be.
Could be a different theme food based on a region of the United States.
Could be.
Okay. All right. I think the hostess is probably the wedding planner, so they're like taking care of things, getting you where you're supposed to be.
Well, in addition, I know Jordan's a stationary app guy, but we would have someone passing apps throughout the restaurant.
Oh, that's a play.
It makes sense for that.
And again, you guys gotta realize it's a plated meal, and it's an upfront cost here. You're not paying for things individually here. This is a per head price you're paying ahead of time.
Yes.
So as you guys can see, I've done a lot of thought thinking about this.
A lot of research.
I didn't want to go back to the well of the restaurant again, but in light of Jordan dropping the ball,
I got one. So here, I'll transition this in. Do you think this restaurant would be better suited in, say, Las Vegas or another tourist destination location?
Las Vegas would be prime. But maybe you want to do it somewhere else because there's already so many corny things in Las Vegas. Maybe like Pigeon Forge again, like the bacon.
Well, I was thinking Pigeon Forge, but here leads into my good idea / bad idea. Maybe it's a good idea too. You have table games in the bathroom in Vegas. So you go in and take a piss, you put money down on black or 32, and while you're taking a dump or peeing, the ball's going, the roulette's going, and I mean, why is there not table games in the bathroom?
That's
slot machines.
It's a great point.
And you can only play that game if you go to the bathroom. That's the only time.
You have to put money
there's like a
down
line of people going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever been to bars that have like the napkin guy sitting there, like in the bathroom as you're walking out?
Gum, flossers, yeah.
Yeah, and you have to tip them. Well, you don't have to, but it's like a nice thing to do. But I always thought that was like really awkward. Like
bathroom attendant, man. Your bathroom attendant would be your dealer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like why hasn't that been done in Vegas at this point?
I'm sure there's some sort of like privacy thing, Jordan, with it, but I think it's a great idea. But
it doesn't have to be a real person. It could be electronic.
Yeah. Also a good idea. That's a bad idea. I like it.
Well, and we're currently looking for some investors for both of these ideas. So if you've got some cash, we've got some good ideas.
Absolutely.
All right, you ready to move on, Jordan? You were going to say something, I think.
No, I'm like, we got plenty of good ideas and bad ideas. Just bring us your money. We'll make them come into fruition.
Yeah, I think our bad ideas are all freaking great and will make you a lot of money. And that's what it's all about, just rolling in the dough. All right, so we're going to move on to fun facts again, fellas. It is fall, so here's what I put down as a suggestion for this week. Did you know, or what is your favorite thing to do in the fall? You personally.
Okay. My favorite thing to do in the fall is go apple picking and then eat my weight in apple fritters and cider at the orchard.
Mm.
I mean, for me, it's football synonymous with fall. So it was whether it be a Friday night in high school, Saturday watching my favorite college team at the time when I was a kid, it was Notre Dame, obviously become Virginia Tech at now a point. And Sunday, I mean, I don't know, Jordan, I know, NASCAR's really been the playoffs now, but, all my Sundays were always NASCAR. It's not a fall thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think a few years ago, I probably would have said like football, but because we used to go to like a lot of tailgates and stuff, but, I don't get to do that as often now. So I would probably say for myself, like hiking in the fall is really nice, and specifically in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Beautiful, beautiful place.
I'd take fall golf. Fall golf's awesome.
Oh yeah, dude, love it.
Golf's awesome.
And you're playing some rounds this week, right? To kind of check out a little bit and get ready.
Maybe tomorrow. I mean, that's about the last day I can. We'll see if it can happen. If not, I mean, rain's coming. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jordan already told us who burned his bacon. Joey, anybody burn your bacon this week?
Yeah, I mean, I've got one. Let's hope my coworker doesn't listen to this, but
oh boy.
So
Joey's still hired, by the way. We're in episode 9 and he still has a job, thankfully.
Yeah, I tried to quit about 2 weeks ago again, and they didn't want me to quit, but that's a longer story than I got to. But I mean, like I said, this is not like anything new. I've been thinking about it for a while, but it didn't really burn my bacon.
You don't say any names, by the way, you're good.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I won't say any names. And I actually, this person's great, and it's been instrumental in helping me do my daily work. But they told me 2 weeks ago that I can't. It's easier with names, but I don't really
Make
care a
up,
lot
just
about.
make up a name.
No, I just don't. I find it hard. Like what I do matters, right? I don't find a lot of value in what it is. But the person told me that they didn't want me ruining 20 years of their hard work.
Ooh,
I
boy.
respect the hell out of that statement, though.
Well, and that's what I was saying. Like I can respect that because I felt the same way, Jordan, because they care that much about what they built there, and they didn't want me ruining it. And they were upset with me because what I was trying to do, I was like, it can wait till tomorrow. Like, no, 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 it has to be done today. I was like, no, I promise you, it can wait till tomorrow. She's like, well, you don't really care about this, and I was like, you're right, I don't. And that's what I said, like verbatim. And then she goes, well, I don't want you ruining what I built here for 20 years. And granted, this person has retired, but since come back because the person that was in the job prior to me couldn't do it. And this person now comes in like 2 days a week just to help out because we had nobody while I was not in the position. So she's wonderful, but she and I got into it because I was like, look, it can wait. No, 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 it can wait. No, it can't wait. Excuse me. And then she told me that, she didn't want me ruining what she built for 20 years.
I
So
mean, for her to get like that upset and say you're ruining what you built over 20 years over something that would be able to be done like the next day
well,
was
and
kind of
granted,
a drastic statement. So there must be something else going on here.
no, 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 there's not. I just think she's probably frustrated. She has to be. Well, she didn't have to be there. She chooses to be there. I shouldn't say, but I, I think there's probably more to it. Honestly, if I were to ask her, I don't know. Um, she did note later in the day that I made more money than she did ever in the position, so I'm
Ooh,
sure that upsets her. But
ooh.
that shouldn't matter. Like I don't
When employees start talking about money, it gets rocky.
I don't mind that stuff, dude. Dude, honestly, I want to take our entire office's salary and post it around. People would lose their, what. But what I'm saying. It's public. I
Yeah,
can
it's
go on the
public
internet and find
knowledge. You
everybody's.
can find that out.
Exactly, I can go
Oh
find
yeah,
everybody.
I guess you're in the municipal.
That's
So
what.
yeah.
But and granted, like I said, I love this woman's been great, very much helpful. But she's a piece of work, and she burned my bacon more or less because I was like, you're right, I do not.
She's like,
She's
why put off to tomorrow on what can be done today?
But it was just like it was the end of the day. I had somewhere to be. She did not want it. I was like, I promise you, we can fix this tomorrow, and she insisted that we couldn't. So, but yeah.
yeah.
So long story short, she burned my bacon.
Mine is probably I'm gonna say what burned my bacon was not being able to get a beer at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely. You even texted me about it. You like
That
on the
sounds
side.
really bad. This sounds like I have a problem
Yeah, it
when I
sounds like
say
you're
it
on
like
talk.
that.
Yeah.
But we were just we've had we got there when the park freaking opened. Well, we didn't because we had to like do stuff with Felix and we were kind of on his time, but we got there at like 9. The other crew got there 7:30 or 8 every day. But we were there like the entire day until the park closed. And so it was a
Wow.
long day.
Felix,
Long day.
Felix lasted that long too, Jones.
Oh yeah, man. He's chill. He
Wow, that's
eats,
great.
sleeps. He was great at the park. Got hot a couple times, but he did really good. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Magic Kingdom, man. Come on, Disney. Like, make it
You
easy
know
for
what
me
to
to get a
quench that
beer.
thirst? Nice Dole Whip.
Get you a Dole Whip.
Get you one of them Dole Whips.
It sounded so country of Jordan to say, get you a Dole Whip.
Get you a Dole Whip.
It sounds like some type of like grizzly skull or something. Dough Whip. Hey, buddy, you care to throw me a Dough Whip?
Dole Whip. Pineapple. Put it in that pineapple flavor.
Pineapple, which is the lady's name that Joey talked to.
Yeah, all full circle.
I'm not making that up. So
I can't believe Jordan's still hanging on. I wonder if we should just like keep going and see how long he can hang in there. No, you got a big week, man. You got a big week.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some sleep.
We've got super high five, and then Jordan, I promise we'll let you go so you can get some sleep.
Okay.
So I will go first. I was having a hard time, by the way, thinking about this. I was like, shoot, what are all the pumpkin flavored things that I eat, which I don't eat that many of them. But since it is fall, we're doing super high five pumpkin flavored foods. Do you have some, Jordan? You need some more time here?
Oh, I think pumpkin is the worst flavor in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
I don't like anything pumpkin flavored.
so
I will
funny.
say, everybody knows if you're watching this pod that, I'm a huge beer guy. And on my 5, there is no beer. Okay.
That's
Get
a
the
shock.
pumpkin beers out of here. I don't like them. I don't want to see them. I don't want them coming out in August. Let me just tell you that when it's 100 degrees outside, just leave the pumpkin beers. Make something different. Oktoberfest is fine, but pumpkin beers gotta go. Okay.
I just think it's ridiculous. If you've ever carved a pumpkin in your life and have cleaned out the guts of a pumpkin,
It's
it
gross.
does not smell like this pumpkin spice. People say it's pumpkin spice. It's not pumpkin. It's just spice.
Right.
Pumpkin
it's
has
real,
not the same flavor or smell as the shit that your Starbucks is better.
it's cinnamon, it's nutmeg, it's allspice. That's
No,
really
It's not
all
pumpkin.
right, exactly. Anywho, number 5 for me, and let me cue the music. We're good to go. Number 5. I didn't number these. This is bad. I'm gonna go with some pumpkin cookies. So sometimes we make these like cookies that are like soft. They're not like crispy cookies. They're like soft pumpkin cookies.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've had them.
Yeah. So that's probably my number 5. Number 4, I'm going to go with pumpkin pie. And when I eat pumpkin pie, I don't do the whip on top. I know a lot of people do that. I'm not a fan of that. But I like pumpkin pie every now and again.
You missed a good opportunity on a dad joke there. You're like, I don't like to whip, but you should have been like, but I like to nay nay.
Nay nay.
So you missed it, Dad. You gotta get them dad jokes down, Joan.
Jordan's still with us, guys. He's still with us, and gals, by the way. That was good. That was really good. I missed a really good opportunity there. Number 3, I am going to go with pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. If you've not had these, they're amazing. We make them a couple times a year. Number 2 is probably pumpkin bread. So the pumpkin bread loaf, you slice it and have like slices of bread, like sweet bread. We actually make some at our lounge in Norton that we launched again this year, which is really good. So big fan of sweet breads, zucchini bread, pumpkin bread, like all the banana breads, all the sweet breads. I'm a huge fan of. And then number 1, I think it's a pumpkin roll.
I knew that. It's like the OG.
It's like a big old thick slice of cake with cream cheese in the middle of it, pretty much.
The icing, with the icing in there.
Icing and sugar, like out the ass. It's good.
That's like the OG, like pumpkin flavored dessert, right?
Yeah.
That's what.
It's got to be.
Big thing around the holidays, like Thanksgiving. Everybody's got a pumpkin roll.
Mm-hmm.
Do it with me now. I don't like to whip, but I like to nay.
I hope people watch the YouTube videos of this. It looks like,
you shouldn't be listening on Spotify. I don't think you should be watching on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's much better that way, because if you're not watching Jordan right now in his days, it's something else.
Hey, melatonin works for anybody that's like needs good sleep or struggles sleeping. Melatonin fucks.
And this segment, Super High Five, is brought to you by melatonin. Not a free ad. I'm sorry. Shouldn't do that. Moving on. How about Jordan? Why don't you just do yours? I feel like Joey can mow through his, but
so I don't like the
really
flavor of pumpkin. So I'll name 5 things I'll tolerate that have pumpkin spiced flavors. I'll go number 5, pumpkin pie. There's really no pumpkin vibe to it.
You go whip?
No, I'm not a big whip on my
Whip?
No whip.
whip.
No dollops on there.
Okay.
Number 4. God, what are those things? They're at Trader Joe's.
This is trouble. He didn't write them down.
I didn't write them down because I'm not a big like spice flavored guy. I'll say pumpkin pie number 5. Some pumpkin cookies on 4.
Okay. He's gonna do mine, but he's gonna rearrange the numbers.
Can I count on number 3? Can I count like some pecans? There was like a holiday kind of thing. Some like spiced pecans. Does that count?
Well,
pumpkin.
we can let that slide.
I don't know. I don't like the flavor of pumpkin, so.
I do, however, like those sweet pecans. I eat a lot of those, and I also.
Yeah, but they're like, I feel like they kind of got the same spice as a pumpkin, so you just throw the word pumpkin.
We'll let it slide since you're so tired.
Number 2, I'll just give you this: dried pumpkin seeds that are flavored.
Oh, dude, there you go. On salad,
it's on my list. Yeah,
I'll eat those. I mean, to those, like you can season them any way you want. They're still pumpkin seeds.
Never even thought of it, but that is delicious on salad.
And I know you just said it number 1, but that's probably the one dessert I'll eat at Thanksgiving that is anything remotely pumpkin. Is probably a pumpkin roll or log or whatever you want to call it based on your geography.
I was going to say, is the pumpkin roll, is that like a national thing or is that an Appalachian thing? Like, I don't know.
Is the pumpkin roll or log? Heard it used both ways.
No, I've had the roll and log. Yeah, no, I've been in Virginia.
Okay. It seems like you always go to church with someone that makes them around Thanksgiving and sells them at outrageously upcharge on them.
It's a bake sale item. If you don't have pumpkin rolls on your bake sale around this time, you're not doing it right.
Yeah,
for all the grannies.
Pumpkin rolls over pumpkin pies all day with that.
All right, Jordan, solid. But the pecans, however, we're gonna have to work on that one.
Yeah.
A couple things before I get started. A couple things that I thought about looking this up after the fact, but things that we haven't talked about. Like I thought pumpkin soup might have made somebody's list. Didn't make mine. I know it's not like great, but something like that, or you can make anything. I thought like maybe some sort of pumpkin flavored cheesecake might make somebody's list.
On the soup, are you imagining that like a what is it, butternut squash kind of soup?
Yeah, like squash soup, but yeah, because a squash is a pumpkin, right? Or pumpkin is a squash, something like that. I don't know.
Pumpkin.
You know what's good too? Those roasted pumpkin seeds in the butternut squash soup or pumpkin soup or whatever is really good.
Sprinkled on top.
Yeah. A little garnish.
But yeah,
all right,
for me, and I got creative with this, guys. Like Jordan, I wasn't making it vocal, but I'm not a pumpkin flavored guy, period. Yeah. But we're in the fall. I thought it was appropriate since October is probably when this will be released, or maybe even late September here. I went with pumpkin pie for my 5th one with whip. I like a little bit of.
Ooh, he's a whip guy.
With whip on it. For me, number 4 was pumpkin pancakes.
Oh, didn't think about that one, but I like that.
Pumpkin pancakes. 3 for me was the pumpkin seeds, man. When you have like those ranch or barbecue or someone makes those, like bakes that stuff, it's so good. I love eating those. Like that's the one pumpkin thing like I will eat. Like someone will bring it in at work and like I don't mind just munching on that all day. It's like sunflower seeds essentially, Yeah. And it's great. For me, number 2 is pumpkin roll. We talked about that already. And even like a pumpkin cinnamon roll. Like I don't mind that. Like, that's where I'm kind of thinking that.
Yeah.
I think Jordan's like, eh.
No, I'm like trying to figure out what number 1 is. If pumpkin rolls too.
This is where I got creative and cheated. The pumpkin candy corns. It's not pumpkin flavored, but they're pumpkin shaped candy corns.
Dude, here's what I ate a shit ton of in Disney World because you can like bring snacks in, right?
Yeah.
So like we brought a bunch of snacks in. We brought this big gallon bag of candy corn and peanut mix. Oh, dude, I was ripping it all day.
But you know what I'm talking about? The big ass candy corns that are like thick as shit that are pumpkins. I was like, oh, that's pumpkin flavored. I mean, it's not, but like I was like, oh, that'd be cute to be my number 1. I love those things as a kid.
That's so cute, Joey. You're so cute.
So I loved eating like the green part on the top first, and then I'd eat the rest of it. So I don't know.
You've got a process with those.
Joey's very processed. He's got a process with all his foods.
So.
Yeah. Well, he's a numbers guy, so that makes sense in my mind.
That was my 5. So
really good 5, Joey. Do y'all are not pumpkin people. You're not even coffee people. But I will say, I like I said, I hate the pumpkin beers. I don't like them.
I'm
but
sure beer, spiced lattes, what it
I'm
makes
shocked about that, but
yeah. But I do like, however, sometimes like on occasion, like a pumpkin spice latte. Not too crazy about them, but I had one. Like we make a homemade syrup because some of them they taste so fake, because a lot of those syrups are just like not good. So we ended up making like our own homemade pumpkin syrup every year to release in our coffee shops. And so I had one of those the other day I hadn't had one in a long time, and it was delicious. But yeah, not a pumpkin flavored beverage guy, I would say.
it shocks me.
I like how we went with this, and like none of us are crazy with pumpkin flavored stuff.
Well, it was appropriate for this season.
It's appropriate, yeah. It's relatable. It's appropriate.
I think it's what the viewers want too, man. We don't necessarily do it for us. We do it for the viewers.
Hey, at the Halloween episode, we'll do 2 of them. We'll do our favorite rank Halloween candy and what your favorite Halloween costume was throughout your life.
Yeah.
Oh, tight.
We'll
This year, I think Kelly and I are doing something from Stranger Things, and Felix is going to be a fox because we call him Felix the Fox. So that'll be fun.
We're gonna do Emily. Emily was like, "What should Hank be?" And then my first thought, and I think that's what she's gonna go with now, is Hank's gonna be a Frank. He's gonna be a hot dog. Hank the Frank. like a hot dog wiener. Like. And of course, I don't care about dressing up my damn dog, but Emily's all about it. She's like, "What's Hank gonna be?" She's like, "Well, I want you to be something with me and Hank." And I'm like, "No, I'm good, thank you."
Do you guys go to Halloween parties?
We had one here a couple of years ago, actually. Just some people over, a real small gathering, but we don't really have any trick or treaters, unfortunately, because we're in the city, and we have some, but not many kids that come by.
Hey, we'll do trick or treat alert for me this year. I had 330 some last year.
Can't wait, baby. Set the line. Line.
I never had trick or treaters in my life.
Jordan counts as trick or treaters.
I get a pitch clock out or whatever, and just does a pitch counter. Bengals Browns play on Halloween this year, so I'll have the game on outside while I'm handing out candy.
Oh, you gonna project it or something like that?
No, I brought a TV outside and set it up last year.
Okay.
And had Red Zone on while the people were trick or treating.
Because it was Sunday, right?
It was on Sunday last year, yeah.
So, are you in like a neighborhood where you get like a lot of kids that come by?
Yeah, we're in a pretty decently sized neighborhood with a lot of different like streets and stuff. And people drive into our neighborhood and just park their car on the street, and kids can hit like 150 houses in 30 minutes.
Yeah, there's one place like that here in Pikeville that it's just like insane. That's like where everybody goes. There's not a ton of neighborhoods here either, but it's crazy. And Kelly's aunt lives over there, so we go over there usually and help hand out candy. Like hundreds of kids. It's nuts. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, and every time we go over there, he's got really, her he's a big Scotch guy, so he's always got a big old handle of some kind of single malt whiskey, Monkey Shoulder mostly.
I gave a lot of beers out to dads last year.
Nice. That's a nice touch.
I was like, your guys trick or treats over here in this cooler. Grab a beer and keep walking.
We've got a couple big parties that we're doing this year, so I'm looking forward to that. We haven't really done much for Halloween, and
like one you're hosting, Jones, or just one you're going to?
Well, we're hosting both of them. So we've got one that we're doing at our location in Norton. We're calling it the Pumpkin Bash. So we have like a punk band that's playing. That's going to be like a 2000s, early 2000s, 90s kind of cover band. That's going to be playing. A couple food trucks. We do outdoor bar and stuff, and a couple of our friends are going to be there. So we'll have a good time. And then we're going to host a little party at one of our spaces here in Pikeville with like 25 or 30 people.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Before we don't forget, guys, if we get over 1,000 followers, Saturday.
If we get 1,000 followers by Saturday, I said that I was going to give free coffee to 10 people, but I think I'm going to up it a little bit. I'm
20?
going to up it a little bit. I will give free coffee to 20 people if we get 1,000 followers by Saturday. And I'm going to get this video edited before Jordan's wedding. I promise.
Not
you
100,
that.
Jordan. 100's cheap. We're going 1,000.
No,
We're
he's going to
doing-
give out coffee to 100 people is what I was
Oh.
saying.
No, whoa. Hey,
We'll get there.
hey.
Well, maybe that's the future one. We got to leave them wanting more, Jordan. We can't just give them the whole bite of the apple right away.
Yeah, maybe our coffee
10%.
sponsor will like give us the coffee or something. You know, those guys at Lincoln Road. Maybe they'll help us out a little bit. But yeah,
And if you're interested, merch is available. Jones is rocking the hat tonight.
oh yeah, I didn't even talk about the hat. How sick
Yeah.
is that? Little university font, YNU, why not us? Pretty sick hat. We got a couple cool T-shirts on there, a couple good hats. I'm gonna spend a little more time on the merch. I'm gonna get some more designs up there. I think we need a few golf T-shirts.
We've got a good design. Jordan has one.
I bought that shirt, by the way. It's sitting here somewhere. I just washed it.
Yeah. Show that next time. Let's see what it looks like in the flesh.
Where did it go?
Just bring it. Just bring it this weekend. Bring it this weekend.
Wait a second.
Oh, he's got it within an earshot here.
Because you're Jordan. That's Jess's brother.
Yeah, I got to pick him from the airport Thursday.
But that's who did it, right?
Yeah. Oh God, that's like bright. We can't
see it.
Yeah.
Can you see it now? This?
Look at that.
Dude, that's awesome.
It looks great on there, doesn't it?
The print actually turned out great.
Yeah.
Well,
There you go, fellas.
Little merch
You can buy that T-shirt. It's on our website. I can't remember what the price is. Maybe like $30. Could be less. Could be more.
if we get 10,000 followers, we'll give 100 followers.
If we get 10,000 followers, we will give 100 T-shirts away.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do, boys.
I'll commit to that.
I'm going to go count some sheep.
All right.
All right, man. But you should probably get some sleep rather than count the sheep. I will say that. He's
He said deuces.
I can't believe he hung in there.
You did good.
Because there for a little bit, like he literally had his eyes shut. I was like, he's gone, man.
It was great.
Yeah.
So.
Always good to see you, Joey.
All right, brother. We'll see you in the flesh on Friday. And I think,
everybody should go to our website at whynotus.media. You can catch up on all of our content there, and you can buy some merch. You can go follow us at Why Not Us Media on Instagram. You could also head over to TikTok and follow us there as well. Same handle, Why Not Us Media. And you should watch the podcast. Listening to it on Spotify is great if you're in the car, but if you're at home or you're sitting around at work and you're bored, like Joey is most of the time, pull up YouTube, find the Why Not Us podcast, and listen to it there. It's great. The fellas, Jordan and Joey, always put on a good show. I do my best.
I was going to say, don't sell yourself short.
This is episode 9, and I feel like we're getting better as we're moving along here. We'll see. 30 to 40 episodes at least. But we need more followers is what we need.
We need more followers, and I worry we get too long-winded, but we're working on it, folks.
No, we're working on it. We're staying on. We got a little outline here. You know, people are calling us out on it.
Every episode we do. So.
You know, sometimes we talk about more, stuff. That's okay.
I actually get concerned, Jones, and I'm going to talk about the same thing we already talked about on an old podcast. Like that I can't remember back far enough what the hell we talked about.
But hey, we've got the Google Docs, so we can go back and look.
Oh, I know. I'm just worried about the same story or something like that.
Oh, sure, yeah. And it's like, why is Joey saying this again?
Yeah,
you'll be fine. Yeah. You'll be fine.
Well, I don't even. Do people do that on podcasts? Like, think about that.
Yeah.
Right? How many different things you have to talk about on a podcast? At some point, inevitably, you might bring up the same story or say the same thing. Like, how do these people make sure they don't do that? But
yeah,
I don't know.
They probably just don't worry about it and just hope that their followers don't catch it.
Yeah. Exactly.
But anyways, why not us, Joey?
Why not us?
We'll see you, man.
Thanks for stopping by and lending us your ears today. If you like what you heard, check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Why Not Us Media, or stop by our YouTube page, the Why Not Us Media Podcast, or hit up our website at www.whynotus.media.